So record.
Can you, Dipesh, can you stop the sharing?
Oh, yes, I was sharing. Oops. Yes, sorry. Go ahead, please.
Thank you. Okay, so first let me introduce myself. I am Srijani and I am 16 years old. And I love baking, that's my passion. And let me just get into real quick glance into this website and just little tell about the CoVersity 2. So basically the CoVersity is for youth like me, like 14 to 21 years old, who is like wanting to discover their passion and also deep dive into it and get it into a professional level. So let me run through like a quick glance into the concept page. So as I said, we grow from passion to profession. It's like a journey that we go through. And during this, we just don't only focus on the first professional part, but we also focus on the self part. So this CoVersity is kind of a self-directed learning, which means I decide what I want to learn according to my needs and dreams and do it in my own way, in my own style. Yeah. So of course, I'll be not doing all alone, talking in front of the mirror and all. I will have few buddies who are kind of pulling me, pushing me, and teaching me, kind of Chinese. Like we are like buddies and having fun and also grow together. Like we co-create our professional journeys together. And we do lots and lots of work. Like just not normal. We kind of do industry specific work, like we go into the industry and work with the industry to understand about industry and also kind of understand how it works and also see our place into it. And we use different tools like roadmaps and other soft processes and tools that help us standing out and also grow through. And we have support system for sure. We have support systems like, of course, I am with myself for sure. And I also have my cohort buddies I have mentioned before, and also guides and mentors who are the industry experts who will kind of guide me whenever I need it and also try. I'm sorry.
Audio is not clear for me.
Yeah, Srijani, your little voice is breaking. Can you switch to another network, maybe the campus network? Let's give Srijani a minute to figure this out. Also, maybe Srijani, you can switch off your video. Right now, we can just focus on whatever you are showing on the screen. And maybe others for now can also switch off your video so that we can just focus on this audio, and then we'll get back to video in just a little while.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, it's much better, Srijani. Can I request you to restart from the concept part?
Yes. I'm so sorry. My internet got a little. Can you hear me now? Like,
yes,
it's fine, right?
Yeah, you can just start from the concept page and just, from there we can go. Yep.
Yes. So as I said, we will be concentrating on our professional part of making our passion into profession and all. But we definitely give importance to ourselves too. Sorry. And we work on ourselves and also grow professionally and also like as a human too. This CoVersity is like a self-directed learning. So where I decide what I want to learn according to my needs and dreams and do it in my own way and on my own style. So of course, I'll not be doing it all alone. I have my cohort buddies who will always be there to guide me, support me, push me, pull me, and kind of facilitate me and be there for me. So in CoVersity, we will be doing lots and lots and lots of work, and just not normal work, but we do industry specific work where we actually go into the industry and work together and understand how the industry works and be part of it. We use different tools and processes to understand ourselves and also our professional and our support system. Like, of course, I am with myself all the time and supporting me and motivating myself. But I also say, as I said already, we also have cohort buddies who will always be there to support me, including some guides and mentors who are the industry experts who will help us whenever we need, and the thriving community who's always at our back. So this CoVersity is like a journey, like a train journey that goes on. So we start our journey by deep diving into one key interest that we feel is our main domain interest. And we deep dive into it and do all the action possible in those 6 months. And we do that 6 months and then reflect if we really want to continue in the same domain or if we want to explore some other new. So we reflect after the 6 months and decide then. So if we want to go to the same domain, like continue or change. Of course, you can ask me that, what will I do? What will we be doing in those 6 months? So it goes on like few weeks in campus, like on campus, working, like planning what to do and all. Off campus, where we do go into industry and work. And again, we'll come back to on campus and reflect what we done. So we have a lot of possibilities in this journey. Like in interest, we have a lot of professional possibilities. And also during getting into our professional possibility, we also get a lot of outcomes professionally and also self possibilities. You can check more information in the website. And highlights, if you ask me what's the best part about CoVersity, is that I'll be working immersively in my passion and dedicate my efforts and time into passion. And also that I'll be work and also life ready. So let me also quickly run you through the bootcamp page where you can experience CoVersity in like a shortest duration possible, which is the 1 week, and you can explore or you can work in CoVersity and understand it much more better. It's currently happening this week, actually. And also these are upcoming bootcamp dates. So we have our bootcamp members also, so we can connect to them, and also the community page where we talk about our team and also our intentions and belief behind CoVersity. You can also run through FAQs and understand this concept better. Thank you.
Thank you, Srijini, for quickly sharing what CoVersity is here to create in terms of options for all the youth. I mean, I wish I was given options like these when I was your age. So let's start with a little discussion. Whoever wants to throw a question, you don't necessarily right now. Let's not focus on asking about CoVersity or anything. Let's more talk about this whole concept and what's exciting to you. What's something that maybe something that's running in your mind in terms of, hey, yeah, this is how, or how will it happen? Something, whatever is coming to your mind with respect to your journey, especially this is for the youth. If people are here between 14 to 21, whatever is running in your mind in terms of how can I do this, irrespective of CoVersity, more to do with your life. Yeah, so let's start with few questions. And yeah, we will go to breakout rooms in another, let's say 10 minutes. So let's have a little discussion for 10 minutes. And more people can come on video and audio and we can talk. Yeah, it will be nice to have a more visual connect.
May I come in on this?
Sure.
Yeah. So as I've indicated in the chat group, apart from theater, for the last 25 years, I've been helping people across the world turn their passions into business. So I run a Learn by Earning university.
Sumit, we definitely love to hear about you, but right now let's just focus on the youth.
I agree.
And what they are thinking and what we can offer to them. Sorry.
I understand, and I respect that. I just since they were not coming in, I just wanted to let you know that I'd be very happy to help. I will have to leave by 7:30. So, but you're right, Ratish. Let's hear them.
Yeah. And just to tell everybody, Sumit has already volunteered as one of the mentors. So we have lots of people eager to help or support the youth. And yeah, that's one lovely thing about this whole world, that people are ready to help us. Right. We also have the CoVersity current bootcamp members hanging around somewhere. They can start their videos. You can ask them questions. How are they doing? What are they up to? If that is what you would like to know. Though they will go into the youth page, youth breakout room very soon, and that time they can interact within themselves. Right. Anybody has a thought or a question to throw in to start?
Ratnesh, I just would like to know, sometime we may like something, right? For example, I like playing in magnets from childhood. Am I audible?
Yes. Please carry on.
Yeah. For example, that actually may not have a career option so far, in the world. No, so how are we going to explore that, that direction, for which there may not be career option provided available today as of now? The interest may be unique like that.
Yeah, so that is exactly what CoVersity is all about. If you have an interest, if you have a passion, it could be as narrow as what Pari has, which is to do with magnets, or it could be as broad as what Sumit has, which is to do with the world of business and entrepreneurs and branding and all of that, and theater. So somebody could be very, very narrow, somebody's passion could be very wide. But at least we believe that, hey, if you like what you like, then go all out and try it out. Give it, let's say, 6 months, 1 year, 1.5, 2 years, and see what you can make out of it. Maybe you can make a beautiful career out of it. Maybe you will add more things to it and it will become something bigger. Or maybe you will narrow down to one field and say, I will focus on this. Or maybe you might even end up doing multiple things in your life, right? So yeah, I think it's really an individual's journey. I cannot comment that only this works or only that works. Whether you can make a career out of magnets or not, well, it's for you to explore. I cannot say anything. I'm not a magnet expert. But I think what I really want to underline is that the whole concept is about you. What is it that you like doing, and why not do that and see how you can grow in that? Yeah. Whether it can be made into an economically viable profession is something that can be figured out without too much worrying about it right now.
God, that very inspiring, Ratnesh. Thank you for that.
Welcome. Okay, a lot of people here. So if you heard Srijini share a little about how she looks at it as a youth, and she does different things. What is coming in your mind? Is there a question? Is there a concern? is there mind between this or that? Where are you? Where are you? Especially I'm looking at if there are youngsters in this call, how do you look at this whole concept? But yeah, parents are most welcome to also share.
Ratnesh,
Yes,
I,
Leo.
I love drawing and singing. I have sketched many drawings. So if I want to make a career in both of the things, how to make a career in both things?
By doing as simple as that. There is only one way to make a career, by doing it. We call it deep diving, if you like the word. Deep dive into whatever you like doing. Okay. If you're confused between the two, do it one by one so that you are really able to go deep. And that is again something that is we are inviting you to do. Take one thing, let's say you said drawing. For 6 months, go real deep into that, right?
Yes,
Pull
yes.
on it, right? And then after 6 months, say, okay, pause drawing. I will take another interest of mine. You said singing, I think, or music.
Yes.
Go again 6 months deep into that. Now, when you have gone really deep, meaning done a lot of work, not just back inside your room, but out there in the world, take up projects, deliver to people, make performances, do exhibitions, sell your art. I don't know what you want to do. Do whatever you want to do. There can be 100,000 possibility.
Yes.
And when you have done both the things for, let's say, deeply for six months or one year, I think by the time you would start knowing yourself and you would know which one you want to take, or even if you want to take both, you can say, okay, good, I have now two things in my hand and I'm going to take both together forward. But I can tell you one thing for sure, whether you take this or that or both or neither and something else, you will be ready for whatever you want to do in the world. Because you would have invested yourself, your energies so deeply into something. Now anything you can take on. And that's the whole idea. So the whole idea of Cohortsity is when you deep dive, especially with people around you, friends around you who are there to support you, push you, pull you, and you kind of work with different people, you do work with industry people, you automatically grow from inside. You become stronger. That's the whole idea. Then it's no more about the passion. Whichever interest, tomorrow your interest changes, after 10 years your interest changes, no problem. You can jump into that, whichever is your new domain, if at all it changes. If it doesn't change, if it's the same one anyway, you continue.
Yes. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Can I ask a question? I'm a parent actually.
Sure.
So my daughter run homeschooling. My son is in grade 10. So he's into at RV school. So like, why is the 6 months? So I'm trying to understand it actually. So why have you taken 6 months as the duration? And
Well,
my
6
second
months,
question is,
yes, yeah, go ahead.
my second question is, when you say like industry professionals, you're going to work with that, like how true it is actually when we actually get into 6 months. What is the kind of effort and seriousness that we have to, because here the more than the child, the parent and the people providing the environment becomes important. How committed we are to provide that I would like to know.
Okay, can I invite Shreya to answer it? Because she's living, she's
Yeah,
part of
yeah, I
CoVersity
was,
from
yes.
June. And Shreya, how do you look at it? And just to answer your 6 months thing, so 6 months is just a period. After 6 months, you may say, no, I need another 6 months to really know. After 1 year, you may say I need another 6 months to really know. So 6 months is just like a place
Minimum,
where you
is it?
pause, minimum, and you pause and look back. It's a good time period, and you pause and look back. And if you think that time is less, you continue. If you want to change and try something else, you change. So yeah, it is just a notional number. It's not something etched in stone. Yeah.
So it can be less also, right? In case if you
Not really. We say at least 6 months, you deep, then it's not a deep dive. Then it's like little surface. I do little here, there. Then that's not going to really tell you whether this is, you are not really able to experience it. Also, the 6 months includes you possibly will do at least one internship or one kind of a business experience in this or a industry experience in it. So it requires time. Any internship would take about 2 months. So, and that's when you get the real flavor. Shreya, you there? Can we have you share your little journey?
I'm here. Can you switch on my video? It's asking your permission.
I will
Okay.
switch off my video.
Yeah, no, you can keep your videos on. I'll just switch on Shreya's video. Okay. Yeah, Shreya,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah. Can you repeat the question once again? It just got missed in the discussion we had now.
Yeah, my question was like, when you say like a professional touch, when you are deep diving into it, so who are these professional? Like, how are you engaging? Like, how do you decide? Like, what is the effort? Like, who are the professionals you're going to approach?
She also talked about commitment and seriousness.
Yes.
Shreya, you should be serious now.
Yeah. So I'll share what my experience was. So initially, when I wanted to know further about user experience and user interface design, I've approached a few designers through contacts of people that I know. Like Ratnesh knew a person who is a designer. My father knew a person who is also a designer. Someone else in the community also was a designer. So with that, through contacts, I've talked to them, I've asked my doubts, I've basically had a chit chat, or rather a proper conversation where I got clarity on many different questions and doubts that I had. So that was one professional or industry interaction that I had. And another one is where currently, and even before also, I've been doing projects to the clients where I also earn a little bit. So that's also like it's mostly as professional as possible. So that's also where I have the professional or industrial touch to it. And even in the project, there is a person who is a designer with whom I kind of keep in touch at times where I feel I need help in, let's say, some problem that I encountered while designing a website. So yeah, this is how I kept in touch with the industry and the professionals, and have been learning a lot along with them and from them. And all of us are really committed. Like when there is a need of that, when I told the community and everyone that I want to meet some professionals, everyone digged up their contacts or whatever, and they gave me some. Also, I also found out when I individually looked for in the internet and various things. So it's both combined. I put my effort and the community put its effort.
And do these professionals charge you sometimes? I understand, because right now you are a open school student, and some of them will be able to do. But to get a real professional, do they charge, or what is it? Something little more?
Well, till now, none of them charge.
Charge.
So,
okay, that's very nice.
Till now, I think they have given money to her.
yeah, the clients paid me.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Yeah, just 1 minute, Vyom. So also to clarify, I think when the way I look at it, and it's been our experience with the last 15 years that we have been running Aarohi and interacting with lots and loads of families and children, and is that when we look at it from a commercial angle, then people want people to pay and people to do this.
Yes.
But when we approach them from a relationship perspective, and the relationship here is not of two human beings, but relationship is of the passion. If you are passionate about the same thing and I'm passionate about the same thing, then automatically there is a connection and there is a vibe that goes in. Then somehow this whole commercial money thing goes aside. And if you ask me, Ratnesh, when you have asked people over the last 15 years, so that's been lots and lots of people I've asked, what has been your success rate when you say this child is interested in this, will you help this child? So let me share with you a simple figure. My success rate has been 100%. Not
Ah.
even one person in the last 15 years, to the extent of top authors, top these, that. I don't want to throw names and try to impress you. Just believe me, my rate has been 100%. Not even a single person has said, no, I will not mentor a child or you pay me to do that. I think there is a different connection altogether when that passion, when the professional can see the passion on the other end. Right?
That's
So
right.
it's not that these professionals they are real professionals, first of all, and they're not trying to run a class or a workshop. They are doing their work and they enjoy their work, and they see another guy equally, wanting to do that kind of work, whether it is whatever you may take it, whether it's football, whether it's art or animation, or whether it's design, or whether it's programming, or you name it, any industry. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because everything is sold these days. So little,
Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, because that's how we don't look at it that way, then it doesn't happen that way. So what I would like to do is, it's a good time to go into a breakout room, right? We are a good crowd. It's almost like 30 odd people. So I'll create a breakout room called less than 21 years. I'm not, so all the youth here, I'm assuming there are some youth here in this group. You can step into that breakout room and have a chit chat. Especially you can interact with Srijini, Shriya, Rijul, Sam, Mubarak. These people are at the campus right now. They are doing some fun, a lot of intense work here. So you can interact with them, and plus you can also interact amongst yourself, right? So that's the only room. The parents, I'm assuming rest are parents, or more than 21 years, we will stay in this room and we can share our concerns and our thoughts and so on, right? So I'm just...
Excuse me, Ratnesh.
Yes, we open.
What is a deep dive meaning?
What is a deep dive meaning? Let's dive into this breakout room. You go into this breakout room and ask there what is deep dive. Ask what deep dive actually means in real sense, and they can share. Ask Srijini about it or anybody else about it, right? So I'm opening the rooms. People only less than 21, please go into that room. Others stay here and we can chit chat. We have you can ask me questions. Preeti is there from our team, and yeah, but it's not, and Kirtika is also there. But it's not just the questions. We can just have a discussions about professional journeys, your concerns. Not about, don't worry about CoVersity so much. Let's think about the youth, whatever you think, how you look at let's say your child's journey or any youth's journey. So it can be a more broader discussion, need not be only about CoVersity. Yeah. Yeah, please go ahead, Charu. No need to raise hand. Just come on the mic and share.
Okay. Sir, my daughter, she's 9.5. So she still have time to be an adult. I mean, that goes into that age criteria. So I would like to ask parents whose children are already grown up, like at this point of time, how can I help her? What should I do so that those clarity, they will be having such clarity at that point of time. I need suggestions from the parents so that I with their experience and all, if they wanted to say something.
Well, the answer is very simple, Charu. Let them lead their life, so that by the time they reach 14, 15, they already want to be doing what they want to be doing. Right. So if you're asking me at 9, 10, 11, 12, 4, 8, let them lead their life.
I'm just saying how anything which I can help, like my daughter, she's more into reading books and drawing.
Exactly what I'm saying. Don't help them with activities. Just let them lead. Let them first discover the leader inside themselves. That's the first thing. The interest and things will keep changing. They're still very young. They will keep on changing things, and that is the wonderful part. Even that they are 14, 15, 16, 20, 30, I hope people who want to change, people keep changing. We have, so many of us have changed our professions, right? So let's not worry about that. Let's give them the space to become a strong leader of themselves. That's
I'm in
it.
the same space as Charu. My daughter is 11 plus. So from past 3 years, she has been unschooled. Right now, I'm not teaching her anything. We
Sorry,
just,
can I pause? So this particular meetup is more for that age group. So I would like to have more discussions or steer the discussions into that age group, especially parents who have children or who have people in family who are in that age group.
14
On
years,
Saturday, 14 to 21. On Saturdays at 5 o'clock, we have a meetup to discuss about all ages, and especially these kind of questions for 9 years old, 6 years old, 2 years old, whatever. So I would invite you to join us on Saturday. We meet every Saturday. We've been doing that for last 3 years. More than 150 meetups have happened. So please come on Saturday at 5 o'clock. Same link, exactly same Zoom link. And we can discuss more what you can do for a 9-year-old or a 7-year-old or whatever. Yeah. But right now, inviting more people to talk about the professional journey and how do you look at, but you, even though you may have a child of 9, that's okay, but you could have that kind of a thought or a concern or an idea for the professional journey. We're talking about youth who want to now move forward into one or few fields, deep into them.
I would like to
Sorry, Arundhati, your voice is breaking for me. I don't know for others, it's okay, but not able to hear you.
okay, I don't have a
No. Maybe you can, if you can figure out, or you can chat your question.
So Ratnesh, can I ask?
Yes, Pranav.
Yeah, so I asked the same question what Charu had asked. If my daughter is not 9 years, but if she's 14 years old, what should I do as a parent? If she's part of CoVersity, what is expected out of me?
Oh, you are saying what's the role of a parent as forget CoVersity, as when you
No,
are.
maybe my child is into CoVersity, but but now my child is 14 years old. So what is the role as a parent you see here? As in what would you expect a parent, or rather what should be a parent be doing as a broader thing?
Okay, so I don't know what should a parent be doing. That's obviously each parent's choice. But as far as CoVersity is considered, considers every parent as a guide, not for your child, for the whole group of youth in it. So let's say we have 20 or 10 or whatever number we have. Let's say we have 20 youth in the age of 14 to 21. Interact with all of them. And one is when you zoom out and don't just think about your child, when you meet so many different youth on a regular basis, interact with them, see what they're doing, how they're doing. I can tell you one thing from my experience, you'll be filled with awe. These guys are just too amazing. The way they think, the way they work, the kind of commitment they bring in. I've been in awe for the last 15 years. My mouth is literally open all year round, right? And Preeti is smiling for me because she knows where I'm coming from. So I would say, and that happens when we interact with lots of youth. And that is why the invitation to every CoVersity parent is, or for that matter, any parent, to just be available to not just your child, for other children also, other youth also. And when you interact with many children, just listen to them, just be with them. Wherever you want to share your thoughts, if they want to, you can share your thoughts. But in most cases, just being around with them, just being a listening ear, just being connecting with them, just nudging them here and there, and that's wonderful. Yeah, I think I get to learn so much. I'll give you one example. My son is 18 and he's totally into football. Last 5 years, he only is playing football 7 days a week. He doesn't do anything else. right? Now you would say, what role I can play? I am not a footballer. I didn't know any ABC about football except for watching World Cup matches and, Brazil. So, but interacting with him, well, I have learned a little about football, but I have learned so many things from the perspective of a footballer, right? I mean, I have even written articles on what I have learned from football, nothing to do with about football. If you want, I can share in the CoVersity group one such article. So that's so beautiful. So I'm not there to kind of teach him. Obviously, I can't teach him anything because anyway, football is not my game. But just to understand what a player goes through, ups and downs, when you lose a match, when you make a bad mistake, when you don't play good, apart from all the good things of winning and all that. So I guess it's a 50-50 deal, and sometimes it's not even 50, it's 80-20 deal. When you're sitting on the bench, coach has not selected you, and so on and so forth. I think it's so much more beautiful to sit with the child in that sense and just experience their journey and be with them as a co-passenger, not really a judge or a microscope. That's my experience. And I would say that is what we are inviting all the parents who want to be part of, whose youth want to be part of, that be a guide. We almost say it's kind of mandatory, not because it's a rule, because that will give you a very different perspective about not just children, but about a whole professional journey. I don't know if I've answered your question on my own personal trip, personal
No,
rant.
it's basically engaging with all the children in that age group and kind of offer your gifts and whatever is possible, and of course be there.
You've summarized it beautifully. Why didn't you say that first?
I was trying to understand from you first. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, sir, can you hear me now?
Yes, Arundhati, we can hear you.
Yeah, I think, yeah, now again. So basically, sir, I'm Arundhati and I've been in Bangalore since 2009. So I have done my MBBS, but I was never interested in pursuing anything related to medical clinical part and all. And I got into teaching in an NGO, which is Parikrama. I don't know if you guys are aware of it. But yeah, I started teaching there. So I got into teaching and all in 2011. But I didn't like the whole teaching process, what the administration wants and the whole pressure thing, which was, so I kind of left that. And after that, you guys can hear me, right?
Yeah, just request, can you quickly summarize your thought or question, because it's a big group and we can take more thoughts that way.
Correct.
Yeah.
So basically right now I am in a process. I've started my classes and I take high school classes. And somewhere I'm catering the parents who are coming here to get results and all. But I kind of like to, inculcate the kids or make the kids more engaged with the subject. And if you like it, those kind of things. So I'm a little bit sandwiched between all these things. And somebody had just mentioned about Aarohi that, this open schooling and all. So that's how I came to know. And this is my first meeting that I've been attending here. So looking forward, I'm still trying to see where I'm going to fit now further. So I just wanted to know what I hope you got my little bit problem thing, or not yet clear.
I'm not so sure I understood, but but what I would suggest is if you really want to work with children of any age for that matter, just be with them, don't do anything, and observe them. And I think that's where we learn from them that what they really need is just company, just togetherness, just a group of a whole lot of people around them who are not really trying to tell them what to do or how to do, but are around. And that is why we call it coVersity, where these youth get together. This co-ness, this cohort, this togetherness is what works really like magic. If you are here today, you will see 5 of them are here in this campus, and what all different energy they are doing whole day. They are totally immersed in work, right? And what energy, just 5 of them together, so much energy into them. So that is what
Exactly.
That is
That's
what
the
I
fun
would
part.
like you to explore before we start talking about this or that. Should we do this? Should we do that? I would say
No,
we
no, no.
should
I think
stand
okay.
back
No,
and enjoy the whole working of them together.
no, I would like to little bit. I think I'm not clear about what I want to ask. So basically, this is what I like, and this is what I do with kids. And usually, whenever I have a group, I make a like comfortable. We have 10 kids, and we have a comfortable, enjoying group, and then we kind of learn something. But what happens now when the results come, or if that somebody child has scored little less, the parents will come and they start questioning it. So there is where I also get, I feel stressed, to be very frank, and then eventually it all ends up to marks. So
No, so
where
we are
to
not, so pause. So we are not talking about marks here at all. We are
Correct.
talking about how the child, like how Sai has put in the chat, how I can convert my passion into profession. This is the youth saying my passion into profession by working on what I like to work. Yeah. And as Pranav is mentioning, if you want to understand how open learning approaches, which is nothing to do with marks or exams or
Correct.
studies and all that, Saturday 5 p.m. is our meetup to exactly talk about that and for you to maybe understand open learning first before we
Correct.
talk about all of these things. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay,
so Sai, you want to know, can she participate while she attends school? So no, not really, Sai. If somebody is part of school or college, we would say do that. If somebody is part of CoVersity, we would say do that. In the sense, CoVersity is all about your passion and you are like working whole day, whole week deep into it. There is then no space for anything else. So what we are telling people that how about taking a break, if at all you are in a school or in a college or even in a job, and how about taking a break for a year and deep dive into your passion and experience what is this deep diving does to you and to your passion. And then you decide what you want to do after, let's say, a year of deeply involved in your passion, no distractions, only your passion. And then see how after that, what you want to do with it. If you still want to, continue, you continue. If you want to try something else, you can go ahead and try something else. Yeah, so that's the whole idea. But it's a very intense, it's almost like you become a professional by being a professional, as simple as that. So that's how it is. And since it's their passion, I think it comes very naturally to them. Yeah, more thoughts, questions. Again, not necessarily about CoVersity. I'm still wanting to listen if there are concerns about youth or ideas about what youth can do, and so on, or anything. Monica is asking, what if the child has not yet discovered their passion? And that's a beautiful news, Monica, isn't it? Somewhere we have also created this whole thing that, early on you should find your passion, but that's not even practical. So many of us have found our passions in 30s, 40s, 50 years, and maybe even now not found, right? So to say that, you should have discovered it is, I think, too limiting. So that is why we want to invite children to say, no hurry to discover your passion. Whatever you like, enjoy it deeply, then decide whether you want to continue it or ditch it or change it and explore something else and keep on your exploring. And I'm hoping a lot of parents here are already of the thinking that, yes, let the child explore. There's no hurry to reach anywhere. Let the individual find one or multiple passions which the individual wants to take forward. So there's absolutely no hurry. That is why in CoVersity, there is no duration. You can be part of a CoVersity kind of journey for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, whatever, how much. Yeah, so that's the whole idea. Uttara, I guess your question is similar to Sai question. So I already, yes, it's a full-time commitment, absolutely, because that's the child's passion. So if the child is thinking, I will pursue this and this and this, that also, we are saying, good, you have 4 things to pursue, do one at a time. so that in that, when you're doing it one at a time, you can go deeply into that. Have I answered your question, Uttara, which I was also talking when size?
Can I have one more curiosity from my side? Like the children who are working together, they pursue individual interest and work together and support each other, or how does that?
Yeah, they could have common interest or they could have different interest. That in itself does not stop them from supporting each other or challenging each other or even working together and so on. Right? They can find projects which could be multi-domain based and do that together, or an individual might work for some time, or they could be 2-3 of a similar. Like when we were talking about interest, so many people were interested in travel. So let's assume 2-3 are interested in travel, then they may get together and do it. Or one of travel and one of, let's say, one is into filmmaking. They can combine their interest and work together. Or one can work individually also, but with the support of others around them. So it's all very dynamic. Something we can't predict. We don't even want to predict it.
Yeah.
And there's no need for doing that. Let's see how each one, evolves in that way.
Thank you.
Okay, so we normally keep this for just about an hour. The reason is where a lot of people join in and get the idea, and then maybe you will have more questions. You can obviously get one-to-one in touch with us, as well as obviously you can join more meetups. We are meeting every Thursday and Friday. But meanwhile, let me call these kids back. Sorry, Saturday, Thursday and Saturday. Thanks, Preeti. Let me call these kids back from the breakout room. I totally forgot about them. And maybe they had some good time there. But still, we have 5 more minutes, so we can keep chit-chatting while we call them back.
I just have one more question. Like, how is the response from the youth these days? Because how many children are coming out of this normal schooling system to experiment with this open university or CoVersity? Like, is there a good number of children who are trying to experiment with themselves, or how is it still that fear is too much?
I don't know how to answer that question. What number is a good number? Well, I would say, see, first of all, it's not about just the youth, it's about the family. It's the family who should be ready to say that let's do this because this is joyful. This is where your passions are, and let's work with that and think about that. So, yeah. So it's to answer your question, I would put it this way, that it is an option which I think we need to give to the youth. It is not an option which is an option, which is just an option, but it is something which we need to inform and make every youth aware. Yeah. And not just every youth who is coming from, let's say, socioeconomic strata like mine or some of us here, but from every socioeconomic strata, from every city, village, small town, big town. I think I would say it is the need to give every youth this option that if you have some interest, or even if you don't have and you want to find your interest and you want to live a life out of your passions or interests, you can do that, right? And if somebody is saying it requires a lot of grit, I would say, Rajesh, please look around and find the number of people who have changed their profession from what they got degree in, and you have my answer. Half the world is not doing what they qualified to do, which means it is not about grit or courage. If half the world can do this, why can't we do it at this age? Why do we have to do some degree or something which we don't necessarily use later? So please don't look. So if in a way, the answer to your question is, I would say roughly 50% of the world. If you look at it that way. So we are not talking about an age here. We are talking about, can I do what I like doing and earn out of it? Then the answer is 50% of the world is literally doing that. There's so many people who are not doing what so-called they got a stamp paper on, right? That's not what they are doing. They're doing so many, including me, right? So I'm saying if that is the, so it's not about so much about youth, it's about, yeah, youth is what we want to offer them an option, but it's about saying that I want to do things that I like doing. And I can earn out of it. I can enjoy my life out of it. I can build my career out of it. I can build myself out of it. It can be one thing. And more importantly, I can build myself in such a way that along my life, if I want to keep changing things throughout my life, I can still be happy in whichever domain I choose, let's say at 20, at 30, at 40, at 50. I can choose without any fear, without any hesitation, if I want to change my fields. You know, the world is dynamic, the economy is dynamic, options are changing all every single day. Are we ready to hug whichever option we feel attractive? I think that's what it's all about. Yeah. So I know I'm not getting into numbers, because if you ask me how many people are in CoVersity or how many youth are doing it, I don't have any data. I can only, obviously, we have just started the CoVersity last June, so I can't give too much data about that. But I can tell you 50% of the world is doing what have moved away from
Basically,
something
the
that,
youth is showing interest. There are children who are
yes,
coming out of this.
absolutely, youth have, and even if they're not showing interest, we need to give them this option. I think it's our duty to give them this option. Man, you can go ahead and live out of your interest.
We are ready to give. Our child is not ready to take.
They will if we are ready to give. If we are only talking out of fear and anxiety, that's what we pass on to them. If we pass them a world of abundance and possibilities, then they will start living out of that. It's us parents, us families, what gift we want to give them. We want to give them a gift of anxiety and concerns, then that's what we give them. If we want to give them a gift of abundance and possibilities and even grit and courage, then we give them a gift of grit and courage. And I would say that way. Kritika
Hey,
wants to add
Ratnesh,
something.
yeah, no, I just a time reminder I wanted to give. We
Yes.
are at 8.
What
So
happened to the
maybe-
breakout room? It didn't close. Okay. Okay, now I close all the rooms. Yeah. Okay, sorry guys, I did not close the room when I should have closed the room. But anyway, I hope you guys had a good interaction. Yeah, so I did a lot of talking here. Okay, but yeah, it's 8 o'clock, so let's kind of pause here. Any quick summary, Srijini, from the other room, other side of the Zoom? Yeah.
Yeah, well, we had a little conversations about what we did in our interest, the action, and few concerns that we had about making this passion to profession part. And it was nice connecting with everyone, kind of chatting a little about professional based stuff. And also we kind of got a little glimpse experience about boot camp from the boot camp members too.
Cool. Thank you. I'm sure that was much more livelier than this room.
For sure.
Okay, so we'll take a pause here. Once again, reminding people you can interact, you can join the CoVersity group, yeah, you can take details from there or whatever, put questions there. You can even have you can ask for a one-to-one conversation if you need specific with respect to your child. And also we are, as I said, doing meetups every Thursdays. Why am I messing up with this? Every Thursday and Saturday. Yeah. So I've put the links again. And most of you are on WhatsApp with the Aarohi number. I've still put that also, just in case. Yeah. So thank you. And website is there also. Hope you have gone through that. And let's connect more. There is no hurry to decide anything, but there's an invitation to discuss, to explore, to connect. And one last squeeze, let me squeeze once again a request. that we
Before
are,
that,
yeah, Preeti.
please correct the number in chat.
Oh, why do I do that every time? Okay, there's an option of edit. No, okay. So correct number is, yeah. I should leave that job for Preeti to do. Okay, one small request to everybody who's there in the call, that we are trying to reach out to as many people in all areas, in villages, in small towns, in whichever corner of a city, whichever socioeconomic stratus. We think this option of living their lives the way they like should be given to everybody. And help us in doing that if you know ways in which we can reach people who are not so exposed, families who are not so exposed, families who are maybe not even that economically well off as maybe, as I said, me and you. So that's one area where we need everybody's help. You can talk one-to-one and give our numbers. This above number was the one which I posted, was the WhatsApp number. I can now even put my phone number. So yeah,
could you please post that in WhatsApp group also, because I would be interested in getting little more details on this.
Yeah, there's no more details. It's the same thing. It is open to just trying to offer it to everybody. That's all. There's no other detail. There's no special anything. Everybody is welcome. All the youth of this country, whichever corner, whichever way they are, if they are in that age group and they want to take their interest ahead into their profession, they are welcome. That's how we would like to look at it.
One question, like, would you be discussing these things in Kannada also? Because when
yes,
you said
we can. Yes, so we can discuss it in Kannada, Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, and many more languages. Just request that we have people. We can go into breakout rooms. That's exactly why we have the Zoom has given us these breakout rooms, so we can go into language breakout rooms. Kannada is no issue. Tamil, Telugu is absolutely no issues. Yeah, so that's the whole idea, and good that you brought that point up.
Ratnesh, before you close, I just want to know which is a good time to call you. Talk with you. Generally.
Yeah, you can just ping on the WhatsApp and we can figure out a time.
Okay, got that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for this wonderful session, Ratnesh and team.
Thank
lovely,
you.
Lovely session. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Everybody. Yeah. Bye-bye. Have a